They say when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do, right? But what happens when you feel as if the Romans are doing things that are outmoded and outdated? We all saw the viral video this week of UPSA students being dragged literally off campus and out of lecture halls because they were not appropriately dressed. There were diverging views. Are these clothes indecent indeed, or should people just follow the code of conduct like the school prescribes? You move away from that story, and in a shocking turn of events, Agradaa has been sentenced to 15 years in prison with hard labor. Some people think it's too harsh. Others also believe that she absolutely deserves it. And then when you come to the soccer world, there is sad news. Liverpool player Diogo Jota was involved in a car accident and lost his life. Here on This Week in News, we do a quick recap of some of the top stories. So as usual, let's get right into it. I am Etornam Kumashie. If there is consensus on anything as far as the UPSA, video, the viral video is concerned, is the fact that people did not agree with how the young lady was literally dragged off campus. But you see, there are diverging views. Is it that she was dressed indecently? Were the students dressed indecently, or the school just, expects that you dress professionally to class? It's 21st century, 2025. Some people believe that, look, all these practices and all these uniforms and code of conduct and dressing and whatever, they are outmoded. Let people do what they want, especially because this is the university, not a senior high school. But some also believe that, look, if the school especially had put out a communique on June 30th saying that we have a way we dress, you guys are supposed to appear like that, then students have absolutely no reason to dress however they want to class. And then you come to the issue of adornment, what you wear, your earrings, your nose piercings, and then your anklets. Should these also be included? Just so you know, there is this on social media. Actually, it's part of the school's code of conduct where they say these are the attires we'll allow. And even when it comes to headgear, unless it is for religious purposes, you're not supposed to put anything like that. So ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Since these code of ethics are already put out there, shouldn't students just adhere? Or maybe we should be more, progressive with the kind of standards we put out there. Breaking news, shocking story that Agradaa had been arrested, convicted, and sentenced to 15 years in prison with hard labor. So to break it down for you, she essentially said or told some people, this is what she was convicted for, that when you bring her money, she can double it and then give it to you, just in case you're not understanding all the legal terms that are out there. So some people gave her money, brought money to her church, and these are purportedly her church members. And she failed to double the money and give it to them. So she was brought in, she was arrested, she was sent to court, where she initially even had to do a pregnancy test, brought in back for sentencing, and she was sentenced by the circuit court to 15 years imprisonment with hard labor. Now, her husband has said that he's standing solidly behind his wife, even for the 15-year period, and that the church will still go on. If Agradaa had anything to say to her fans and her church members, she says that you should continue to pray for her. Abkumar North constituency was one of the constituencies that failed to get a parliamentary candidate following the 2024 general elections. Now, the Electoral Commission has said that there will be a rerun on July 11th at 19 polling stations, and that is where all the drama began. MPP says they did not consent to it. NDC says that they are okay with it. So far as this will give us what we need at the end of the day, there should be absolutely no problem. And then there were subtle jabs that were thrown here and there. Ekuefie, who is the parliamentary candidate for MPP, says Erabna Obin is not a Ghana person. She's not from Greater Accra. And so what is she doing seeking and vying for a position in Greater Accra? And Erabna Obin also retorted. However, it is on July 11th, that constituency would have a rerun in these 19 polling stations, and then hopefully a parliamentary candidate can be chosen. Some people were certain, almost 100% certain, that entertainer Didi was going to jail. So imagine the shock and the horror on people's faces when they realized that he had been acquitted of 3 of the 5 charges that have been leveled against him, including sex trafficking and racketeering. So some say that the lawyers were not able to prove that the freak-offs were not consensual, and that is the reason why he got off. There are so many diverging views, but with the charges that are left, it looks like he could be walking free very soon. Is this a clear case of money is power and power protects power, or if you want to take the racial route, the justice system did right by a black man? Diverse opinions, like I say, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. The soccer world is mourning the death of Diogo Jota, who plays for Liverpool. He was involved in a car accident along with his brother, who is also a footballer. This is quite unfortunate because this comes off, less than even 2 weeks after his wedding. My condolences, and condolences to Liverpool fans as well. It must be a very hard time. But here in Ghana, as far as sports is concerned, Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko face off on Sunday, 6th July 2025 for the Presidential Cup at the Accra Sports Stadium. So, be there, represent and cheer for your fave. We have artists such as Shatawale and Kamido also performing. GHOne will be streaming live. And so thank you once again for joining me for This Week in News. We have so many more stories on starfm.com.gh as well as all our social media platforms. Do check it out. I'll see you same time next week. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.